Good afternoon, and welcome to Blindformers. I am your host, Blind Prime, and I would like you to like, subscribe, share, comment, and do all the things. I'm bringing you today Transformers Studio Series 86 Dinobot Slag, also known as Sugar. Yes, you're being an adorable little potato cat. Yes, you are. This is Dynobot Slug, as they call him now. He used to be known as Slag, but then they discovered that slag is a bad word. Now, I'm going to be showing you how to transform him today. If Sugar would stop being adorable. You're such an adorable little thing. Yes, you are. Who's an adorable little fat potato cat? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. Hi, Sugar. Yes. You want loves. Okay, I'm trying to do an episode. I'm doing an episode. I'm doing an episode, Sugar. Yes, I love you too. Okay, so anyway, this guy, he comes with a he's pretty tall. He's being loved on by a cat. Sugar. You just want everything to love you, huh? Alright, he comes with this gun, which is really cool because his gun actually becomes part of his tail. So we'll take his gun off and showcase that real quick before we get into the transformation. So on his back, he's got his tail. It's supposed to be folded up kind of like that. Like that. Sugar, I'm trying to showcase something. And see, this is why you're never in any of the videos. You just love too much. Lay down. So anyway, in the back tail section, you'll find that he's got the bit of his tail folded over on his back. You can actually put the gun in there, and it acts as the tip of his tail. As I can showcase that. Get down. Lay your fat self down. Thank you. You can showcase that here. Of that's being the gun plugged in. Cool. So he's got these cool wings on his back and stuff, and his transformation is very similar to his old transformation. So to begin the transformation, I hope you've seen the More Than Meets the Eye episodes on both his Dinobot and his robot mode, where I discuss and talk about all things dealing with those modes. So we can get right into the transformation with here. First off, what you want to do is you're going to want to bend his fists into his forearm. And this is pretty easy. All you do is, you see where the elbow bends? You want to bend down from there. Yes, move away, Sugar. Thank you. And you just push on it, and it will fold in, but it doesn't like to all the time. So what I like to do is rotate the fist 180 degrees, and then it's easier to fold into. So we're going to follow the same step over here. We're going to roll this fist around 180 degrees, and then we're going to push down on the top of it, which is now the pinky finger area, and it's going to fold into the forearm quite nicely. It's going to snap in there. Next on the process is we're going to take this chest section here, and we're going to fold it down. And once we fold down the chest section, it's pretty easy to fold down. Just grab it right below, put your thumb right below where the head is. So there's that little area where the neck area is, and then you can pull the entire section down. Now that you've done that, you can then take this head and you rotate it back. This is a very weird step. I have to tell you guys, I always kind of screw this up, and it's because it's so odd. So what you want to do is you want to get this head to, it says to rotate it, but it's pretty simple. You just pick the head up. Well, it's not pretty simple. It's actually really neat. I appreciate the transformation for including this random weird step. So you want to fold the head up as far as it can go, and this is going to give you enough leeway underneath to fold these two pieces up. And one of these two pieces is actually going to clip onto the underside of the head. And you can find both of them in the negative zone, the cavity that the folding the chest plate down revealed. One of them is the roof of the Triceracops mouth, and that will cover the head. So you won't be able to see it. You can't even feel the head now. It's hidden behind this top of the jaw. Then the next section is the lower part of the jaw. Now, I don't know why they did a false front, a fake front for the bottom of the jaw, seeing as this jaw is actually big enough to be that front. It won't stretch down as far as it does in this, but, the majority of it. And just one of those weird things. It's like you could totally you didn't need one of those false areas. So after we folded in the head area, now we need to fold in these arms. So what you do is you make sure that you put your thumb on the inside of the hollow area and your forefinger on top of that 5mm siege port on his shoulder. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of rock it a bit. Make sure that this shield bit that folds up and down on his shoulder is folded down so it lays flat, kind of like that. If you can see it, if you can't, it's laying flat over the top of the shoulder. If you don't do that, it can interfere with what we're about to do. And what we're about to do is push the shoulder inwards towards the center of the body. And it's got its own joint, so it will try to fill in that negative space. Make sure that that piece on top is steady. You may want to put your actual forefinger on that, and then put your middle finger on the 5 port, and then put your thumb inside that hollow section. Now, if you've done it right, you actually slide all of that over, and then this piece that sits on the shoulder will act flush with the shield thing around the Triceratops head. Now we're going to follow the step on this side, and this time we got to be a little more careful because you can't really fit your thumb in there. So this time we're just going to use some fingers on the edges of it, and we're going to push in with the thumb, and that's going to go in there. And now we're going to take a moment to make sure that we line everything up. I keep wanting to spin it towards me, and I need to spin it towards y'all. Be careful that you don't knock off your horns for your Triceratops. And once all that is complete, go ahead and close this chest section up, and it will close up nicely. And then rotate both of those legs out. You can figure out where the front of the Triceratops foot is because it's got the longer feet. All right, we're done with the front of the Triceratops. Now we're going to fold up all of the stuff on his back so it's flopped over his head section so we can work on his legs. And these are kind of neat. So lay him down where where it used to be the front of his robot body is now laying flat on the ground. Reach onto the back of his legs, and on the outside of the legs there's these 2 levers that will go up and down. So you want to pull both of them up all the way. And what this will do is give enough clearance for his Triceratops leg to fold out from the inside of his lower leg. So we're going to fold out the big old Triceratops legs. They're all clustered together in a big group. Once we folded those legs out, you want to fold these 2 lever pieces back down, and this will act to lock these legs into place and stop them from trying to fold back into the robot. Into the Dino mode whenever you're displaying him, which I appreciate. I think that's really nice. That's a nice little touch they did there. Okay, once you've done that, go ahead and grab these legs, and now we're going to rotate them 180 degrees. Quite simple. You just want to rotate, make sure that the tail section and his back wings and stuff don't get in the way. There we go. It's a stiff waist joint, so the rotation may be a little difficult, but keep at it. It's okay. It's supposed to do that. But you do want to make sure that you have it flattened. So I like to take other pieces of the bot and kind of measure them out. And more of this will become apparent and easier to straighten out later. Now that we have turned the legs 180 degrees, we're going to work on the actual legs. So the waist is 180 degrees turned. Now we're going to bend the knees up. All you're going to do is scrunch this guy up all the way. And you want to take full advantage of his double knees for this transformation. And he's mainly going to be kind of squatting, but in a very unique way. So we're going to raise one leg all the way and make sure. Now in his knee, there are 2 ratchets. One is harder than the other one. This is the easy ratchet. And let's see if I make the hard one make a noise. Come on, hard one. That's the hard one. You hear it? Listen. It makes a thunk noise. But you want to make sure that hard one is down all the way before doing the soft one and finishing that up. it will actually force the leg. I didn't make sure of that with this side, so I'm going to go ahead and double check. So what you do to double check, you should put your your middle finger on the bottom of his leg, like where it connects to the waist, to give an added support there, and put your thumb on the knee, and then push down, and make sure that the hard click, this one right here, that soft one keeps clicking at the same time I do this one. There we go. Okay, you want to make sure that's as level and flat as possible before finishing closing these guys down. Once you're done with that, you want to make sure that you have indeed leveled it all off. Now comes a really unique part of this transformation. So for the G1, now this has been following the G1 transformation pretty closely, and this is where it differs a lot. Now in G1, his legs actually had a hole cut through them so that this tail would actually fold down through between the two legs on one side of it and pop out the bottoms of them. Hello again, Sugar. Yes, you're adorable. Yes, you are. And this tail would pop down between them and come out a hole at the bottom. And that's not how this works. This one's a little different. So first off, what you want to do is, since we're so close, you want to make sure that your head for your Triceratops is in its forward position. Ours is. It's managed to get there during transformation. Yours may as well. Then you want to make sure that these panels on his back are flattened as far as they can go. Then on you'll find that these two nubbins on there, they're big squares. They are a false top to the legs, because in the G1 mode, these tops were actually his knees. So then we're going to split his legs just slightly and allow this allow his tail to just kind of fall between them. It's just going to sit there for now. And when we actually tab down the sides, it will change. So now we're going to move over to the Triceratops legs before we tap anything down. And we're going to fold out the Triceratops back legs from their positions. So you just roll the back leg out and then reach into the hollow zone and pull out the foot. Once done, we're going to then kind of shift everything around. These two panels that are his wings, if you can feel, there is a little rectangular slot, and here on the side, right behind his front shoulder area, is a little port, a little peg for that port. So we got the little port in the wing, and we got the peg on the underside. On the robot. So you use your finger and thumb, and you position that so that it actually plugs into that port. It does quite nicely. You wouldn't think it, but it's just big enough. So you were going to follow the same steps on this side, just following the same steps. We move that down, and that's going to fold in and snap into place. Now we're going to move those legs, just like that. We're going to then grab his tail. We're going to separate his legs out just a bit, and here we go. There it. Sugar. What are you doing down there now? Okay, we're going to slide that piece in and then rotate these legs so that they stand firm. You want to make sure that you rotate your Triceratops legs so that big hollow section is facing the back way. Yes, the back way, Sugar. I don't think I'm doing that right with this side. Oh, that's a problem. I didn't pull the leg out all the way. Okay. If done properly, this will fold down. There it goes. These fold into place. This locks down on top of it all. And even though these back legs aren't... I would really like to have had some sort of small ratchet, a soft ratchet on these back legs. But it's okay. It's okay. We got this. Now, that leg gets there. And that's not quite where it should be. See, this is the part where you just kind of move and shift things around until they get where they're going. It may take a moment, but when all the feet sit on the ground at the same time, and you have no problems with that, and the tail has this little cutout, and when the cutout on the tail rests without you doing anything, it rests nicely on the back heels of the feet that stick out slightly out the back. you have done, or the front of the feet, I should say, you have done everything correctly. And I have now done everything correctly. There you go. There is your Slag Slug in his Triceratops mode. You can currently pick him up just about anywhere. He is going off the shelves because he is a Dinobot and he looks very nice. He feels pretty strong, like you can hold him up and pick him up and stuff, and I just totally screwed up something with the transformation by picking him up wrong. You know, he's kind of finicky when it comes to his tail. I do wish there was a better way to lock his tail down than what they gave us. That being said, I do appreciate the fact that there is a gun in the tail. I love me some good weapon storage. Grimlock's weapon storage was kind of terrible in comparison. Now yeah, guys, you have been watching Blindformers. I'm your host, Blind Prime. Special guest star Sugar the cat, the little potato cat. She's my little sweet potato. And I hope that you have enjoyed the show, and I hope that you come back in the future to join us for more Blindformers. The next 2 episodes of Blindformers will be devoted to the 2 horror cons that we have gotten. That is the Siege, Ape Face, and Earthrise, Dragon Snap. I think his name is Dragon Snap. I'm going to have to double check that name. Snapdragon, that's it, Snapdragon. I remember him being off of a favorite flower of mine. So we've got Ape Face and Snapdragon coming up in the future. They're horror cons in celebration of Halloween. So until next time.